Question number 12. The pulmonary semilunar wall is located between A. Right atrium and right ventricle, B. Left atrium and left ventricle, C. Right ventricle and pulmonary artery, D. Left ventricle and aorta. बच्चों, in the heart, total 4 walls are located. First, atrioventricular wall, which is located between the atrium and ventricles. As we have studied, we have tricuspid wall, which is located between the right auricle and ventricle, and the bicuspid wall, which is located in between the left auricle and left ventricle. Apart from this, we have 2 semilunar walls known as pulmonary semilunar wall and aortic semilunar wall. Understand it like this. After the blood enters the right ventricles, it needs to reach to the lungs for oxygenation. From the right ventricles, blood reaches to the pulmonary trunk through a wall known as pulmonary semilunar wall. It is present in between the right ventricles and the opening of pulmonary artery. Pulmonary semilunar wall opens when the right ventricle contracts and closes immediately afterwards to prevent the blood from flowing back into the ventricles. So, bachcho, answer here is the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery. Question number 13. The aortic semilunar wall is located between A. Left atrium and left ventricle, B. Right ventricle and pulmonary artery, C. Left ventricle and aorta, D. Right atrium and right ventricle. Okay, बच्चों, अभी हमने पढ़ा सेमिलुनर वॉल के बारे में. There are total 2 semilunar walls, aortic and pulmonary. Pulmonary is located in between the right ventricle and the pulmonary arteries. In the same way, aortic semilunar wall is located in between the left ventricle and the entry of aorta. Let's see the picture. This is the left ventricle and this is the aorta. Here is a wall that is known as semilunar aortic wall. When the left ventricles contract, oxygenated blood is pumped into the aorta through this wall. As soon as the ventricle relaxes, the wall closes to stop the blood from flowing back into the left ventricles. Question number 14. Heart walls ensure A. Rapid circulation, B. Oxygen transport, D. One-way flow of blood, D. Faster heartbeat. The answer is one-way flow of blood. Just now we have studied 4 different types of wall which is located at different location in the heart, and all the walls have the same function, that is they ensure the one-way flow of the blood, that is prevent the backflow of blood. Question number 15. The walls prevent A. Mixing of blood, B. Blood clotting, C. Backflow of blood, and D. High blood pressure. The answer is backflow of blood. The most important function of heart wall is to prevent the backflow of blood, and they direct the flow of blood in one direction. This ensures efficient circulation and proper pumping of blood. Remember, walls means no reverse flow. And to prevent the mixing of blood, we have septum, interarterial septum and interventricular septum. Question number 16. Which chamber receives oxygenated blood from the lungs? A. Right atrium, B. Right ventricle, C. Left atrium, D. Left ventricle. To solve this question, first let's understand the circulation of blood. Deoxygenated blood from the body comes into the right atrium through superior vena cava, which brings the blood from the upper part of the body, inferior vena cava, which brings the blood from lower part of the body, and coronary sinuses, which brings the blood from the heart itself. Then from right atrium, the deoxygenated blood enter into the right ventricles. Then from the right ventricles through pulmonary trunk or pulmonary artery, the deoxygenated blood reaches to the lungs where it gets oxygenated. Then the oxygenated blood first comes inside the left auricle through 4 pulmonary veins. Then from left auricle to left ventricle, and from the left ventricle through aorta. This blood reaches to the organ and the same cycle repeats. So answer is C, left atrium. Left atrium receive oxygenated blood and left ventricle pump the oxygenated blood. Question number 17. Which chamber pumps oxygenated blood to the body? A. Right atrium, B. Right ventricles, left atrium, D. Left ventricle. So the answer is left ventricle. The left ventricle is the strongest chamber of the heart. It pumps oxygenated blood into the aorta, which distributed throughout the body. Question number 18. Which chamber pumps deoxygenated blood to the lungs? A. Left ventricle, B. Right ventricle, C. Left atrium, D. Right atrium. Here, bachcho, the answer is right ventricle. Right ventricle pumps blood to the lungs for oxygenation. Question number 19. Which vein opens into the right atrium? A. Pulmonary vein, B. Coronary artery, C. Superior and inferior vena cava, D. Aorta. Right atrium has the openings of three veins. Superior vena cava, which brings the blood from the upper part of the body. Inferior vena cava, which brings the blood from the lower part of the body. And the coronary sinus, which brings the blood from the heart itself. This is the opening of superior vena cava. This is the opening of inferior vena cava, and this is the opening of coronary sinus in the right atrium. So, the answer here is C, superior inferior vena cava. Question number 20. Pulmonary veins open into A. Right atrium, B. Right ventricle, C. Left atrium, D. Left ventricle. Bachcho, here the answer is left atrium. Veins normally carry the blood away from the heart towards the lungs for oxygenation. But here, pulmonary vein is an exception, which carry oxygenated blood from the lungs and open into the left atrium. So, there are 4 pulmonary veins opening into the left atrium, which brings the oxygenated blood. Question number 21. Which blood vessels arises from the left ventricle? A. Pulmonary artery, B. Aorta, C. Pulmonary vein, D. Vena cava. Here, from the left ventricle, the answer is aorta. The aorta arises from the left ventricle and carries oxygenated blood to all parts of the body. Question number 22. Which vessels arises from the right ventricle? A. Aorta, B. Pulmonary artery, C. Pulmonary vein, D. Superior vena cava. If it is the right ventricle, the answer is pulmonary artery. Normally, bachcho, veins carry deoxygenated blood away from the heart to the lungs, and the arteries carry oxygenated blood away from the lungs to the heart. But there is exception. Pulmonary vein, which carry the oxygenated blood, and pulmonary artery, which carry the deoxygenated blood. So answer here is pulmonary artery. So बच्चों ये याद रखना है, aorta takes the blood from left ventricle and carry the oxygenated blood, and pulmonary artery takes the blood from right ventricle and it carries the deoxygenated blood. Question number 23. Which wall has 3 cusps? Mitral wall, B. Tricuspid wall, C. Aortic wall, D. Pulmonary wall. The answer is B. Tricuspid wall. Question number 24. Which valve is also known as the mitral wall? A. Tricuspid wall, B. Bicuspid wall, C. Pulmonary wall, D. Aortic wall. So the answer is mitral wall means bicuspid wall. It is another name of bicuspid wall or left atrioventricular wall. It is located in between the left auricle and left ventricle. Question number 25. The heart is located in the abdominal cavity, B. Between the lungs in the thoracic cavity, C. In the neck, D. In the pelvic cavity. It is located in the thoracic cavity between the lungs. And the region where the heart is located between the lungs is known as mediastinum. Question number 26. The apex of heart is directed towards the A. Right side, B. Left side, C. Upward, D. Posteriorly. Let's understand this concept with the help of diagram. Bachcho, if we see the structure of heart, the upper broader portion is known as the base, which is directed upward and to the right. It is mainly formed by the left auricle and little contribution by the right auricle. And the lower end is known as the apex of heart. It is mainly formed by the left ventricle. It is directed downwards, forward and to the left. Apex of heart is directed towards the left side. The answer is B. Question number 27. The human heart is A. 3-chambered, B. 4-chambered, C. 2-chambered, D. 5-chambered. The answer is 4-chambered. 2 auricles, 2 ventricles. Question number 28. Which statement is correct? A. Arteria have thicker walls than ventricles. B. Left ventricle has the thickest myocardium. C. Right atrium has the thickest wall. D. Both ventricles have equal wall thickness. So the answer is C. Left ventricle has the thickest myocardium. And the order of thickness is left ventricle highest thickness, right ventricle lower than that, and right auricle and left auricle, they have the same thickness but less than the ventricles. Question number 29. The love sound of the heart is produced due to A. Opening of semilunar valves, B. Closure of semilunar valves, C. Closure of tricuspid and bicuspid valve, and D. Opening of AV valves. Yeah, AV means atrioventricular valve. To answer this question, first let's understand the heart sound. The sound which is produced by the heart is known as heart sound. There are mainly two predominant sounds produced by the heart, S1 and S2. S1 sound is heard as love and S2 sound is heard as dub. बच्चों अब ये ध्यान रखना है कि जो हर्ट साउंड है वो हमेशा वॉल्स के क्लोज होने से प्रोड्यूस होती है, ना कि ओपनिंग होने से. सो लव साउंड इज प्रोड्यूस ड्यू टू द क्लोजर ऑफ एवी वॉल, आर्टियोवेंट्रिकुलर वॉल means tricuspid and bicuspid wall, and the dove sound is produced due to the closure of semilunar wall, means pulmonary semilunar wall and aortic semilunar wall. Assertion and reason question is there. Assertion: walls of the heart allows blood to flow in only one direction. Reason: they prevent the backward flow of blood. A. Both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation. B. Both A and R are true but R is not the correct explanation. C. A is true, R is false. D. A is false, R is true. Here बच्चों, answer is both assertion and reasons are true. And the reason is the correct explanation. The assertion is true because heart walls maintain the one-way flow of blood. And the reason is also true because walls achieve this by preventing the backflow of blood. Since the reason correctly explain the assertions, the correct option is option A. Follow us, bachcho, for NCERT-based NEET questions along with their explanation. Thank you very much.